The way to start composing is the same way that you would start if you were doing anything in Cubase, which is to load an instrument or record an instrument. I'm going to start by using a software instrument. So if I move my playhead back to the beginning here, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my project menu, add a track, and I'm going to add an instrument track. I'm going to start with a piano just to see how that sounds. I've got a few things installed on my system here. I'm going to begin with an east-west piano. I can add that track. Then from my virtual instrument, I can choose my piano. If I go back to the player, so there's my piano. Now, as with any kind of music or composition, you need to start with either a rhythmic part or at least a click track. Now, not all the music you compose is going to be to drums or to percussion. Some of it will, some of it won't. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn the click track on by going to the transport panel and turning it on here. I can actually get rid of this musical typing keyboard, which I don't need, just to make things a little bit tighter. And of course, one of the things I need to do is set up a loop. Now, although the video is kind of free-flowing, Cubase is still using a musical time base. So I've got snapping switched on, which is very important. So what I might do is initially just pick this video up and move it all slightly, just so I've got a little bit of run-in at the beginning, just so I'm not beginning everything at bar 1, which doesn't give me any freedom to move to the left of that if I need to. Probably won't need to, but just in case, before you start building a project, it's a good idea to give yourself a little bit of space to breathe. So here I could say, set my left marker by holding the Alt key, and set my right marker by holding the Command on Mac or Control on Windows key, and then turning on looping, of course. So now, there's my click track. Here's my video playing back. So what I might want to do is just simply try recording a piano part. So if I go back to the beginning, what I can do is just wind back to slightly before to give myself a little run in. And if I press the recording key, I can start recording my piano part. So let's give that a try. Okay, so I've recorded a piano loop there. The first thing I might want to do is just gently quantize it. If I double click on the part, here's my MIDI part. It's a bit big at the moment. I can just move my video window off the screen. So that's actually quite nice. What you probably don't want to do with especially music like that is quantize it too heavily. So if I go to Edit, I can choose to reveal the Quantize panel. And here you can see my quantize is currently set to 1/16, which is okay. Let's see how that sounds. I can turn the click back on. If I quantize this to 1/16 by selecting the MIDI part and clicking quantize, it should perform a fairly gentle quantization. So let's see. Seems to have behaved itself fairly well. The beauty of quantizing when you're composing freeform like that is that you can pick up the edges of the clip and you can just shorten it down to somewhere where you need it to be. And the beauty of that is it then enables you to copy and paste instances of clips. So if I'm lucky, those will now run over each other perfectly and stay in time. And you can see that when it loops, it also loops the video, which is very helpful. What I might want to try next is programming some sort of simple rhythm underneath that. So let's give that a try next.